Okay, we are live. Thanks everyone for being patient out there. It's Carl Hovelson here. I've got along with Jonathan. Oh, your name is all scrambled here. I just want your name to show up here. It's not showing up here. Jonathan Hobbs. We've got Damian Davis and Thomas Marguccio with us here today.
Yes, sir.
And what we're going to do is we're going to talk about marketing on different media. You know, with BMID, we use a software for Facebook and for Backpage. And I'm also going to show you today different places that you can actually market. And a lot of people don't think to market there, but we use the same strategy as the software does on different media, although it's a little bit of a manual work to it. But I'll tell you why it's important. You know, for the almost 4 weeks that I've been with BMID, I've made almost $1,500 with the company, and a lot of the sales have not come from Facebook. They've come from places like Google+. They've come from LinkedIn, and Facebook, of course. You know, so the whole purpose is that you know, although Facebook has 1 billion+ people on there, and there's multiple ways to market on there, which we go over in a lot of previous Hangouts and some to come as well. But I want to spend today talking about other social media. Why? Well, they have this thing called Facebook jail that a lot of people seem to fall into. Okay? So when you're stuck in Facebook jail, you're basically unable to do anything in Facebook for 2 weeks other than posting on your timeline. Now, you might be able to make the odd comment post in that in the Facebook groups, but you won't be able to post any pictures or advertising or anything like that in the groups. And if you try to do that, they will actually extend your visit to the jail, right? So then you're going to have to phone your wife. You're going to have to say, oh, I'm going to be stuck another week or so in the jail. Don't forget to come pick me up, right? So
Tired of bologna sandwiches, man.
Yeah. So, you know, when that happens, you know, we don't want you to be stuck not being able to do anything with your business, because a lot of people think that, oh, once they're in Facebook jail, life is over. They can't do anything. So what I'm going to share with you today is just some pretty simple tactics to go in and market into places like LinkedIn, Google+, Pinterest, and any other social network. I mean, I'm a member of 247 social networks. Okay, not that I go and post in all of them, but I can go and randomly select any one I want and post into them. And you know, BMID does give you a list in the back office of many social networks. I actually have a list of that as well. I have a list of the ones that are very, very productive that I give out to my team in this business. But what I want to do is, first of all, I'm going to go across the panel, and we're going to get their feedback on what they're doing, because I know some of them are doing different things online here today, and I want them to share what they're doing. And then I'm going to get in and show you a little bit. I'm going to do some live posting in here. I'm going to show you exactly how you do it live, and I'm going to use LinkedIn today. So first of all, we're going to start off with Johnny Hobbs, and we're going to go to Johnny. And just, Johnny, if you could just give some overview of what you've been doing since you've been in the program, what you're using as resources, and you know, whether you're getting results or not right now. I know you're fairly new to it, but just let people know where you're actually posting now, so that kind of gives people an overall view. Go ahead.
Yeah, sure. Like I said, I've only been with BMID for about 2 weeks, so I've been using Facebook. Currently, I'm in Facebook jail, so it doesn't help. But been using Twitter. I use quite a good thing called Referral Key. That's pretty good. IBO Toolbox, that's good. LinkedIn, Pinterest, quite a few different ones actually. Ones I've actually never heard of. I've only joined within the last week. Haven't had anything come back from as of yet. But like I said, I'm still relatively new to it all, so I'm still getting my head around it all, to be honest.
Okay, but you have made a sale, okay? You have made a sale. So
yes, I have.
That's a positive thing. Do you remember where that sale came from?
Yeah, that came on Facebook actually.
It did. Okay.
Yes, it did. Yeah.
So, again, we're getting results everywhere. Facebook is where it came from, and Facebook, folks, let's face it, it's going to be your most powerful place to market. Even if you get put in Facebook jail, make sure you're doing your posts every day on Facebook. Now, I'm gonna stress this though. When you're doing posting on your timeline, make sure that you have 4 different posts, such as maybe a comedy post, a video post, maybe some inspirational posts, and do about 4 of those or 5 of those for every one post about your business. Okay? Don't just post about your business, because if you do, people will start to turn notifications off or they'll unfriend you, and you don't want that. Okay? You definitely want people getting your posts. If they're connected to you as a friend and you post on your timeline, they're going to see it on their timeline. So whatever you do, don't burn your bridges. Make sure that you are respecting everybody else's timeline, because what you're posting on yours is posting on theirs. Okay? So always give value, and then in the middle of that, throw your own little thing that's in. Like, for instance, when I made my $100 yesterday, I was out with family, I was spending time with Rena and stuff like that, and I had a guy phone me up. He goes, "Hey, I just bought from you." He phoned me. So that was cool, right? Didn't even know I made a thing. I was sitting down watching a movie with my wife, and he phoned me up and said, "I just bought from you," right? So the other thing that I stress too as well is make sure that you're always accessible. Make sure that you have your phone number, your Skype, anything that they can to get a hold of you. Your Facebook and all your advertising, whatever it may be. If you're not advertising on Facebook and you're advertising on some other social media, go, "Hey, connect with me on Facebook too." Make sure that people can be accessible to you in every way possible. Okay? So let's go on to Damian Davis. Damian, let everybody know, what you're doing, where you're actually advertising, and the success you've had too.
I've actually been doing solo ads. The ones you suggested to me, the Hercules. I made those sales last week, $200 from there. As far as marketing on Facebook goes, I kind of tend to steer away from advertising. I only do it rarely, and then when I do it, I do what is like sponsored posts. That way, it sticks to everybody's wall. Well, not walls, but their timeline. And it stays there for I think 6 some hours. I do pay-per-click ads sometimes for that. I get some hits to my website from there. But what I've been trying out is Google Plus. Actually, I joined a few groups and whatnot. I follow the steps. I do an introductory post, I do inspirational posts and all that stuff, and people tend to like that a lot. Like, I get the little pluses and all that stuff, and then people sharing on it. And also, I just started a little. I think today, Pinterest. I just started putting inspirational posts and all that stuff there as well. So see how that goes as well.
Awesome. Well, see, again, folks, here's a perfect example. We've got some members on here that are doing advertising in different places. Some of them are getting different results from different places. Damian, $200 sales off of solo ads. Okay, when you're in business, you've got to utilize every resource you possibly can. Some will give you results right away. Some may take, could take weeks or even months before they kick in. I've been in businesses where I've done marketing and had people join me in my business 3 months afterwards, saying that they've had this sitting here and decided to take action 3 months later. So we don't know what if the people, when you're running a solo ad and that, some people say, "Well, I never got any results. It's been 24 or 48 hours." You don't know if this person may be not in a position to do things right now, but they put it aside and save it in their folder someplace to go and take action maybe a week or 2 later. Maybe they got to wait for another payday to come, something like that. So, anything can happen in this industry, but you've got to be consecutive in everything that you're doing. I put together a page that I give to everybody that's in BMID to help them out. I have a resource site that I put together that I give to people to use these resources. These are proven resources that I've used to make sales in many different things. Gave it to Damien, proved good, made a couple $100 with that. Don't be scared to use these resources, and don't ever think that they're oversaturated. You know, there's millions of people that join the internet every single month. It's actually getting more and more popular now because people are looking on the internet to to get extra income. There's things are tight all around the world. People are getting laid off. People are having hours cut. Everything else. People are just getting paid a salary, but the economy is growing more expensive than what their salary is. So they're not making, they don't have enough money at the end of the month type thing. So they're looking for extra ways. Now, one other thing I wanted to talk about here, Damien was talking about Google+. Now, for a lot of you that haven't really gone to Google+ yet, not using it, he was talking about the pluses that you get. Well, the pluses on Google+ are like the likes on Facebook, okay? When people plus that, anybody connected to them see that they plus that. It's almost like sharing a like, okay? So that's what's really powerful about Google+. They can't use the likes because I think that's a patented thing by Facebook. So nobody can actually use likes other than Facebook. That's their trademark. So Google came up with the plus, and there's other things on other sites that have a different type of like thing or share thing or whatever it is. But that's just one of the things you're going to find in social media. Take advantage of it. Remember, you think Facebook is big? Google is twice the size, okay, as far as users go. I mean, you're looking at 2.5 to 3 billion users that are on Google because it's Google, YouTube combined, okay? Two huge areas, they're all combined. Like this Hangout here is actually being streamed live over YouTube, which hits every single Google person that's out there. It's all on their profile. If they go to look at Hangouts, they're going to actually see that this one is live right now. They could come in and check it at any time. We could have unlimited viewers. We could have hundreds of thousands of people on here, when you're good enough and you got the word out, okay? So that's what makes these so powerful. And I'm actually surprised a lot of companies are not actually using these, okay? So before I ramble on for another 5 or 6 hours, maybe I'll pass it over to Thomas. And Tom, let us know what's been happening with you. We're waving to you. I know you're in jail, so here's a wave out to you.
Yeah, I'm currently in Facebook jail, not for abusing groups, but for abusing a link, which I'm still not sure what the reason what it was for, whether it was my domain or actually where it was being referred. But it was a team link to a video which didn't exist, and that could be it. But all right, that was in May. I'm in Facebook jail, so I've had to use other means, and I am a member of IBO Toolbox, and I've made my profile very BMID-ish. Okay, that's the main thing. I put all my links, everything is up there, and I put on my wall. So that's I have a lot of associates now. No results yet, but I'm there. I have a big presence there. I've also put some ads on Herculist. Still no results. I haven't made a sale yet, but I'm still hopeful. And I'm also what do I call it? Herculist, and I'm working on Backpage, working on getting the submitter working. And before I got into Facebook jail, I joined a number of groups, which I can't do anything with, but that's basically where I stand now. And I'm looking to see now. A question I have is how you get so many friends on all these social media. Because I had tried a social media submitter, and you can submit, but if nobody's there to listen, how does it work? That's a major thing which I think you should address. Is how do you get yourself to be noted and friended in a way on the different social media?
Okay, well that's a great question, and I'm actually going to get all the other panel members to chime in on this one too. I especially want to get Damien to talk about what he's doing with the tracking, okay? Because I think that's real important about tracking results. A lot of us, you know what? I don't even do it properly, so I'm guilty of that myself. But Damien is getting really good results from the tracking. You talked about Hercules, where you're not sure if you're getting any results. You just don't know it yet. Okay.
Carl, I tracked.
Oh, you do track it?
I
Oh, okay.
did. About 46 hits, and that's it. That's the maximum I've gotten on a Hercules ad. The last two of them. So
I'm not sure. Are you adding that picture of you in the Speedos? Because that might be causing a bit of a problem.
I don't know. I did it on ad today, and so far I don't know how it's going to be, but I don't know. 46 didn't
I just thought I'd say something.
But I know that's cool. But I don't know why just.
Okay, so you're tracking it. Okay, you know what? This gives us something to work on in between these hangouts to get these things refined. And Damien, I'm just going to bring you in just to talk a bit about the tracking and maybe a little bit about how your ads are too. Like it may have a lot to do with the subject line. So if you don't mind chiming in on that right now.
All right. With everything I do, pretty much like emails, I'll do like whenever I was posting in groups, like I said, solo ads. I always track my results. And I track the unique clicks, I track the non-unique clicks, and sometimes the spider bots and whatnot. And that's how I can tell, like which subject line works, which one sucked, which one could use a little tweaking. The thing with the subject lines, we talked about this. That's like the most important thing. Because especially when you are posting in like Hercules or something, it's like if you're not showing genuinely on the subject line that you're there to help them. If you're just posting out make $170,000 in like 12 weeks or something. In 20 minutes or something like that. Just some of the same basic ones. People are just gonna tend to just go over those. But there's something that I've actually learned. Well, I've kind of knew, but someone kind of explained it to me. It's kind of like putting out your product and then your offer. Everybody they put out their products, and that's how they get there within the crowd, but to stand out from the crowd, you put out your offer. Like you add your own little touch to, you have the product, but you have these bonuses. Like you train them one-on-one. You offer them additional tools, mentoring, all sorts of stuff like that, and that's how you're able to stand out. And that's how I see that I get more clicks than as to when I'm you just put the regular just pitching ad. And that was another thing in Facebook groups. When I was posting to them, the one thing I noticed that got the highest amount of clicks, it wasn't when when I was pitching and whatnot. It was when I actually did the inspirational posts and I put in, I slipped in the link, and I noticed those had the highest clicks.
That's just it. This is how you get likes, and this is what I've learned too. It's exactly what Damien said. It's the offering. Offering to mentor people, offering to give them something of value, whatever it is, whether it's the 5 best tricks to do things or tips, or I'll mentor you for 30 minutes, or I'll mentor you for an hour, or I'll work with you till for 90 days until you're at a certain amount of money. Something like that you will actually do and commit to with them. This is how I get a lot of people to like and message me. You can ask my wife. In the last 2 weeks, I have so many people joining me, adding me as a friend, messaging me for tips and stuff like that. And I'm able to hand out stuff that I do, like my 90-day Plan to Freedom site. I hand that out to people, because it's a resource site. Whether they use it or not, it doesn't matter. It's something I've put together, and I've provided a resource. And I also give them my phone number. I said, look, if you want, call me. I'll talk to you for a few minutes online and see what I can do to guide you someplace. And because I offer my phone number, my Skype, and everything in my solo ads, and even in my posts, because I'll have that in my posts if I'm doing on LinkedIn or Pinterest or anything like that. Sometimes I'll put my phone number and everything and my Skype and stuff like that in there, and the people phone me, okay? Like, for instance, the guy who bought from me yesterday, he phoned me up to make sure that I actually existed, right? So, because there's a lot of people that get nervous, they won't just jump and buy something. They actually want to make sure that the person that they're selling to is a real person. And the more that you make yourself, the more you brand yourself that way, the more people you're going to attract to you. You know, even now, I mean, I don't know, I'll check right now and see, but usually I got all kinds of messages and stuff like that on my Facebook again already, right? And that stuff happens all day long to me. And, you know, sometimes I'll have 2 or 3, 4 people that are wanting to add me as a friend because they heard or saw one of my posts, right? And like Damien said, the results come from the posts that aren't necessarily your pitch posts. You know, I do get more people coming to me because they see my proof posts a little bit more. But when I do a proof post, like, let me see if I can show you one that I did today. It's a little bit different. Let me just close some of this stuff down here. Oops. Let me get back here. Okay. One of the posts I did today, let me just go to my home here. I actually made my own little picture, right? And it had a bit of a sample of my my posts. See, like this here. You see, my teams are growing right here. These are the two programs I promote. I'll mentor you. Here's a proof picture, and then I had a few people that actually commented, or not commented, but are in here talking about these right here. So, you know, I get the likes on a lot of stuff that I'm posting out there. This is what happens. This is where you get all this stuff from. Okay, so that's just one of the examples of some of the stuff that you brand yourself out.
Could I ask you something real quick, Carl?
Yeah, sure.
When you do those types of posts, you know, the proof pics, and you say, you know, I'll mentor you. I'm sorry, tongue-tied.
Yep.
Do you sponsor those posts?
You know what? I should, but I don't. You're talking about doing the $6.99 on that, right?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier. You know, like when you sponsor them, it sticks to people's walls.
I should do that, but I never
just sticks there.
did that right away. That's, you know, I kick myself because, you know, I did that this morning, so it's too late for that one. But, you know, those kind of posts, that's a good point you brought up.
It's not too late. No.
Oh, so it'll send it back to the top again?
Yeah, it'll send it right back to the top.
Oh, sweet. So maybe I'll do that a little bit later after this hangout. See, that's a cool thing. That's some of the stuff I'm still learning. I don't really know a lot of that stuff on Facebook. I got a buddy of mine, Franco Gonzalez, that is a Facebook whiz, and there's a few other guys that I learn a lot of this stuff from. You know, he's in one of the other programs I'm in, but I've known him for a few years. And here's another thing that I will advise you guys on. You know, look for these kind of people online. If they have free training, attend some of it. Go to it and learn this stuff, and then you can turn around and use it towards your own business, because that's what I do. You know, sometimes I'll go into people that I know of on the internet. I'm not involved with them in any way or shape or form, but I'll go in and I'll learn what they're teaching, and then I'll take some of that and I'll put it towards my stuff. Because everybody's going to create their own type of hub that they use, their core hub for advertising. You're gonna take a lot of bits and pieces of information from everybody. You're gonna absorb it, and you're gonna create your own entity. And that's what I do. I take bits and pieces from everybody all over the place, and I do that. So this is just another thing. Now I know. I never knew I could do that. I thought once it's done and I didn't do it, I'm screwed. So now I can go back in, and there's a couple of them I actually did today. I'll probably shoot them back up there, right? So what I want to do now is I just want to jump into LinkedIn. I'm going to tell you or show you just how easy it is to do a post in some of these other social networks. Okay. So let me just whoops. Hang on. Let me try this again. Okay. So I'm going to go into my LinkedIn account. Okay. And, you know, I don't think I did that post there, so I'm actually going to go back, and I'm going to steal this post. just going to steal this post, and I'm going to go back to LinkedIn, and I'm going to make that post on here, but I'm also going to do it in some groups. So I'll show you what I'm going to do here. Okay. So I'm just going to copy that in there. Okay, because it's got a link in it, it's going to. Oh, it doesn't have a link in it. This is one without a link. So if it has a link in it, you actually have to close down the link picture that's in there, so you can add another post and another picture in there. So, oops, it's in here. So this is the picture I'm going to add, and then I'm going to share this. It's going to go public, so I'm going to share it with everybody on there. Okay. Yesterday I shared just this part. It didn't have the PayPal thing at the bottom. It just had this part here, and that's where I made the sale on. It had my link though in there rather than message me. It had my link in there. So here we have this right here. Then message me. Now, what I can do is I can go into. I need to go and find out the business. Oh, where the heck was it now? You can see it right here in the network. Okay. Oh, no, these are the people. Hang on. They changed this menu around. Just give me a second here. Okay, I'm just going to type in groups here. Okay, see, here's all the different groups. Actually, I think I'm going to do networking groups. The same thing on Google+. It's the same type of search, okay, that you can go into, and there's some of these that I'm already a member of. Yeah, this is one right here, I think. Oh, no, that's not it. Hang on. I'll just go back. I'll just go join a group here, just for the heck of it. Let me go and find.
See, now I had no idea they had groups.
Oh yeah, they've got tons and tons of groups in here too. There's actually someone told me that there's an actual LinkedIn software out there that can actually post to groups. I'm going to find that and I'm going to let everybody know about it. Okay. And here's the real cool thing. Okay, LinkedIn is the Facebook for actual working professionals. So you will find CEOs and stuff like that of corporations and everything in here. Okay, all kinds of different groups. See, you can see all the kinds of different groups that are in here. These, I think, are some of the groups that I was a member of, but I don't even know if they're even around anymore. Yeah, I'd have to check the profile of these. Okay.
Carl, we can target these groups similar to the Facebook.
Yeah, you can. Same thing. Like you could go in and you can go networking groups, affiliate groups, real estate groups, whatever. They're all in here. Okay. Like for instance, you know what? I'm just going to grab one of these here just for the heck of it, and I'm just going to go into the group. I'm going to make a post in here. Okay. So this is a group I'm in. Okay. And I'm going to just do my post in here. And oh, it's not going to allow me to. No. I'm just. You know what? It's just a group that's in here, but it's not allowing me to put a picture. So it may be a group that's not even working. Okay. So and then of course when you click on it like that, it's going to bring it to, you know, your profile or whatever it is, right? That you have on here. But you know, I didn't put a link in that, and that's where I went wrong. So I would have needed to put a link in that particular thing, because when you click on your post, it'll actually go to the page link, right? Here, it's just going to go to my profile because I put no link in, right? See, because I said message me now, so it's going to send them right to my profile to message me. Okay.
I think that would work better anyway, to be honest. This is just my personal opinion, but I feel like you get more attraction when you just have them, like, you know, message me now or contact me for more information. Because when you give them a link, you just kind of take, like I was saying, you take away your power, you know.
Well, the difference is here. Like, you know, if you ask somebody to message you on Facebook, they just have a pop-up box that messages you. In LinkedIn, when you ask them to message you, it goes right to your profile. So they read your whole profile. They know who you are, right? So now they got a whole understanding of who you are. And that's the difference between LinkedIn and Facebook, because LinkedIn is built for professionals, okay? For business people, small business people, big business people, corporate people, that kind of stuff. But there's one thing that everybody has in common, and that's everybody wants to make money, okay? You know, yesterday the guy who bought from me is a 32 or 34-year veteran in the real estate industry, okay? Everybody thinks, well, if he's been in there, he must be a multimillionaire. Well, you know, some of these people got hit hard in the real estate, but you know what? They have the business sense. So they can. These are great people to have in business with you, whether it's BMID or any of the other stuff you're doing. These are people who are business-minded. They're already entrepreneurs. Whereas when you're dealing with the people like on Facebook and some of the other social media, these are people that are just regular people that are mostly were job oriented. You know, they had a salary, they had a wage or whatever it is they're working for. They weren't actual business owners. And that LinkedIn is your actual connection to business owners. This is probably one of the best places I've ever built my businesses on, because I get a lot of people that I don't have to do an explaining to. They already have that mentality in their heads, right? So when you're taking the same strategy, yeah, we have to do it manually, but you know what? It's your job, right? Just, you know, not everything is going to be auto-posting, you know. But if you want to make money and you want to make sales, take the time. Treat this like a job. It'll still pay you more than you'll ever make commuting to work someplace, right?
Yeah. Question, Carl. As far as the type of post that you're going to do on LinkedIn, would that be similar? What type of post would you do? I mean, most of the people out here that are watching this are not Carl, and they don't have, I'm going to mentor you, I'm going to take you in my hands, and all that. How was the average person going to now say, you know, this is the product or whatever I have, and get results? Because people want results. They don't want to, you know, they may not be able to do what you do, and they will not post what you post. So is there a way that the average person can put something up on LinkedIn and get results?
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to bring up my page that I made that I share with everybody, the action plan. Okay, it's very, very similar in this action plan. You will take the same route as you would with anything else. I mean, I'm just going to scroll down the page a little bit here because that's the first part for there. But what you're basically going to do is you're going to go in, you're going to connect to groups, but you're going to have to do it manually in this case. You're not going to have a software that's going to do it for you. Right. Okay? Now, once you've connected with the groups, you're going to do exactly the same thing like I tell everybody else to do. You're going to want to start, first of all, by thanking them. So your very first post is going to be thanking them. The one post I just did now, I was in that group I posted to, I don't even think is active anymore. So I was just basically showing you how you do a post in a group, okay? But if you're going to actually join an active group, okay, you're always going to want to have, thanks for adding me to the group, I look forward to seeing what you have to offer or whatever, that kind of thing. And then post a picture if it allows you to post a picture in the group. I'm not sure if it does that anymore because I just couldn't do it. So I don't know if it was because that group isn't really active anymore or not, because I didn't join a new group. But again, you know, I provide pictures and everything on here that you can use. You know, some of them are a little corny, like, you know, SpongeBob, whatever. But and then you want to have your second post. Your second post is basically the next day, how's everybody's day going? Casual post where you will post an inspirational post or something in there, and maybe do that, you know, once or twice a day, and do it maybe a couple of days in a row before you send in any kind of post about your business. The worst thing that people do is they want to get right down to business right away. They want everybody to know what their business is, and that's the biggest mistake in the world, is that, you know, the first thing they want to do is go and post what they're selling right away. You know, it's like the example I gave to everybody. You know, if you're going to go into an establishment that has 100% commission salespeople, okay? So on the outside, you're a human being, okay? You walk up to the store, you open up the door and you walk in, and you immediately turn into a rabbit. And all the salespeople out there turn into vultures. And they all want you, okay? So if you don't like that in your life, when you walk into a store and you don't like to be attacked by salespeople, don't do it with your own business. Okay? Respect people the way that you want to be respected. You know, whenever I used to be like that, I used to be really bad. I used to be that rabid salesman that used to scare everybody away at one time. But then you learn, you know, by watching others, you learn. You know, I've had some pretty good mentors, and one of my latest mentors was Darren Little. Okay, he's a good friend of mine. A lot of you might know Darren. You know, this is a guy who's been pretty successful in business. Not pretty, very successful in business over the years, both in the corporate world and online. And you know, the basic mentality that he teaches, which is what this industry is networking. Okay, and the biggest thing is, and the way you're going to make more sales is you got to connect with people. Okay, the first thing you want to do is connect with people and introduce yourself to them. Find out who they are. Find out what they're looking for. Find out what their goals are. And once you have that established, then you'd be able to provide them with a solution of some kind. Maybe it's your business. Maybe it's a tool like BMID. Maybe it's something that they need. Not every time are you going to make a sale to somebody online. Not every time. I'll guarantee you that right now. Maybe 1, 2, 5 out of 100. Okay? It may be better than that depending on your approach. But most people today will go through 500 to 1,000 people before they make a sale, and that's because they're trying to get the sale too fast. Okay? You know, it's like the new neighbor type of policy. You know, you get a new neighbor that moves in. What's the first thing you're going to do? You're going to say hi and introduce yourself, right? You're not going to say, "Hey, I'm Carl. Want to buy from me?" You know, you're not going to say that, right? Next thing you know, it's up for sale again. They're out of here, right? So, you know, you don't want to go at somebody like somebody who's robbing them, a knife to the throat, hand on the wallet type thing. I mean, that's just not how you do business. You know, maybe it was like that 15 years ago. But not today. So it takes time to build relationships with people, and I find that it works very, very well on Facebook. You can do the same thing on LinkedIn, Pinterest, AppSense, Twitter, any of those, okay? If you provide the right information, the quality of conversation with people, okay? Just like Damien's doing, you know, you're going out there and you're building a relationship with people. Don't think that the relationship takes months to do. The relationship that you can build with people can be done within 5 or 6 conversations. And that can be done over the course of, I don't know, 2 or 3 days. Okay? But be patient. You got to be in this industry. You can't expect a sale to be done every day. Because people today, there's been so much harm done on the internet. With people misleading people about things, saying whatever it would take to make a sale. You've all been through that. I mean, how many of you have seen these sites, "Hey, I can show you how to make $1,000 in your first week or your first 4 days or whatever," and then you join this person and you never hear from them again. They just got your money, right? Because that's what everybody seems to think they have to do. Just get your money. Once you're signed up, they're done with you. So how many of you can contest to that? Anybody on the panel?
Oh, yeah. It's quite common. It's quite a common thing. But you know, I want to ask you a question, Carl, about LinkedIn and IBOT. I know IBOT Toolbox has a where you have your profile, and people, if they want to know what your business is about, they can go straight to your profile and find out. So is that similar with LinkedIn, where people get to learn about your business by going to your profile?
Exactly. But you know, here's something I'm going to recommend to you, whether you guys want to follow it or anybody listening wants to follow this, is the more powerful you become as an individual, the faster your success is going to happen. And what I mean by that is you need to brand yourself. Okay? A lot of people, when they join a program, want to brand themselves around that program. If you look at me, with all the stuff that I do, I don't brand myself around the programs. I brand me. Okay? My sites, I got 2 main sites now that are going. One is called YouWantItToKnow.com, and the other one is 90dayplantofreedom.com. Both those sites, absolutely nothing to do with any particular business. What I've done is I've created brands for myself. I got carlhovelson.com. I got workwithcarlh.com. I got joincarlnow.com. I brand around me, okay? Because the more powerful you can make yourself, the more powerful you will be. Let me just name some names out there, okay? Richard Branson, Bill Gates. We've got what's that big trainer? The big trainer charges like $20,000 a session there. Tony Robbins, TonyRobbins.com, right? Do you see him saying, "Hey, BMID is me.com"? No, it's not. It's TonyRobbins.com. And this is a guy who has built up a multi-million-dollar entity based around him. DamianDavis.com, JonathanHobbs.com, ThomasMerguccio.com. A lot of us don't think to do that. I went that route about 2.5 years ago, and I have built my reputation so big in the last 2.5, 3 years than I have over the 34 years I've been in this industry. Because I did like everybody else did. I started branding the companies around me. They love it. They love it to death. You know, I see people that sign up with me in programs and they'll have, you know, JulieGBMID@gmail.com. You know, or join my BMID@gmail.com. Why would you do that? Because that email address now is absolutely worthless if you ever leave the company. It's a waste. So you only brand around you. That goes for emails you create, anything. It's all branded around you because you want people to remember you, right? They want to know that, hey, man, you know what? I was just on this call, and that Damian Davis was there. And I went and checked out, and I saw Damian Davis. I typed it in. He was all over the place. You know, Jonathan Hobbs everywhere. This guy's got the coolest accent. You got to go listen to this guy. Right? You know, look at Tom Mergucci. He's wearing some Speedos over there. You got to go check out the picture.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Is that, you know, when people, because I tell people, Google me. Okay? Go out there, do some background check on me. Check me out. You type my name in, and I'm on like the first 5 pages or more. I'm everywhere. Okay? Because I brand myself. People know who I am online. You know, you could join companies and say, have you heard of this guy? Yeah, I know who this guy. Almost everybody in the industry knows who I am because I brand myself. I make myself so apparent on the internet that, you know, when people join companies, and this is no word of a lie because I've had people do this, they go and join a company and they search to see if I was in it. And they found out I wasn't in it and they never joined it. Not sure why, but you know, it's just I do certain things on the internet. I have a certain way of doing training. I do hangouts like this. I do certain things on the internet that a lot of others don't do, and that's what I'm known for. And a lot of people follow me because of what I do. Other people will follow people like Jonathan Budd. They'll follow Tony Robbins. They'll follow David Wood. They'll follow all kinds of guys that have made success on the internet. Franco Gonzalez, that kind of stuff. And a lot of times when they go to join companies, they will actually research these people they know to see if they're into businesses. Right? So, you know, I've had people that join me in BMID that searched me out to find out who I was before they bought from me. That's due diligence. But you see, this is a good thing for you guys. Because when people start to search you by your name, if you are branding yourself, it doesn't matter what you're in. It comes back to you, okay? And that's the real important part. So when you've got a profile set up, and there's a lot of people, they don't do their profiles properly on Facebook. Get that done. Spend an hour and get it done. Make sure all your information's on there, you know? All the way up to when you lost your baby tooth. No, I'm just kidding, right? But, you know, you want to make sure that all of your information is there, all your contact details. Same thing with LinkedIn. That one especially, because you're going to have professionals connecting with you there. And when you've got yourself a present, the better chance you have of these people connecting with you. Okay? So now, I kind of got off on a little bit of a rant, but getting back to what Tom said, about the profile, having all that kind of information and stuff on there, you want to make sure that everybody is being able to connect with you the best way possible. And even with on how to market, make sure that you don't pitch right away, because people are going to remember you from the very first time. It's like the first time somebody meets you someplace. If I went up to you today, John, you never met me before, and I go, "Hey, I'm Carl Holston. You want to buy from me? I got like the best thing in the world. You got to taste this drink I'm selling. Man, you're gonna love it. I'm telling you. Just sit down here, and listen to me." Right? That would be the last time you will ever sit down or listen to me. You're gonna think I'm friggin' stupid and crazy, right? You're not gonna want to deal with me. And you know what? There's a lot of people that do that, but not necessarily verbally. They do it in words, in text, and they get crazy. Like some of the people I read on Facebook, when I'm reading their stuff, I'm thinking, "Oh man, I don't know if I should keep these guys as a friend or whatever." Right?
I just got one. I got a really interesting one today.
So you get that kind of stuff, and you know what? I remember that, and now I remember that name. I remember that person. So it's somebody I'm going to probably avoid for a while, anyways, until they either get back on their pills or whatever, right? So it's the point. First point of contact is crucial, okay? And especially like when we're doing the Facebook software, the Backpage software, and anything else you guys are doing, okay? First point of contact is crucial. You do not want to pitch somebody on your very first contact. You want to start that relationship building. Okay, makes sense to everybody?
Yes, but Backpage is a bit different, Carl, because that's just ads, and they don't you can't converse with people because it's all ads, and that's what you got to do. You got to put ads up there because there's no time to say hi, how you doing, man? So that's a little different with Backpage. The other ones I can understand.
You think? You know what?
You can put your offer out there.
I've done some classified ads in places like US Free Ads, and my classifieds are simply, "It's Carl, connect with me now. I can show you and tell you why." And that was it. And I had people connect with me like that. It's all about how you do it. You could put out, "I will mentor you for 3 months," or "I'll mentor you to $500 a month." Message me, call me, contact me. That could be your ad. Okay? And right there, you're putting out some value to somebody. I'll mentor you, right? This is what Damien was talking about. It's the subject line is so critical. And, most subject lines are 60 characters, I think. That's what the average is, okay? So it's a matter of how you think. You got to think, if you were going to go and try and connect with somebody, what would you write? And here's a kind of a little bit of a test drill that I teach everybody. Okay, although I don't know who buys newspapers anymore, but you could go to an online newspaper site or something. But this is what I've always told people way back when newspapers were being delivered. I don't even know if they're being delivered anymore. But I would say go and look at the classified section. And just start looking at the classifieds, and one is going to pop out. It's going to make you stop and look at it. Maybe it's in real big bold letters. Maybe it's just the way it's written. But you're going to see that ad, and it's going to stop you from scrolling. And that's the ad you want to look at. Because if that's where your eyes stopped, that's the type of ad you need to be writing in there. Does this make sense to you guys?
That makes sense. It makes even more sense than promising that you're going to, give them the world when you can't do it.
No, that's not what I said. I said, "I'll mentor you to $500, or I'll mentor you for 3 months." Okay? No promise. Never ever promise anybody anything. Okay? If you say, "I'll mentor you to $500 a month," well, you know what? If it takes you a year, you're damn well mentoring them.
But
so they're not $500.
You're going to be
it's a commitment you're making. So it's all about how you write it. But here's what I'm going to ask you guys to do, and anybody else who's listening to this. Go to a classified site, pull up whatever it is, whatever category it is, and scroll down, and you'll see, your eyes will stop. you'll either go back and then you'll scroll back up. What was this? And that, because your eyes will catch something.
Yeah.
And that's the type of ad you need to write. And that's the best way that I can probably explain anything to anybody who wants to try and write classified ads for like Backpage or any of these other places. That's just a little drill I put a lot of people through because that's what I learned to do. Okay? Except I did it with actual newspapers. Now you can do it online, I think. So, right? So it's the same difference. I mean, I think you can still buy newspapers. I don't know. I still see them in the stores or whatever. But
yeah, there's newspapers. New York Times.
I don't buy the papers anymore because I can read everything online. So I don't waste my time and my
They're
money.
not doing so well because of that. Yeah.
Well, and I'll bet in the next 5 years you won't see that anymore. And what we will see is probably more trees. But So
Hey, Carl.
So the internet is kind of doing something good, right, for the environment. But again, that's just a drill to help you with that kind of stuff. Never make promises you can't keep. When you write your ads, make sure that they're, subliminal enough or anything that will catch people's attention. But that's an art. Classified ads is an art. I'll tell you that right now. It takes a while for you to learn that, but that's one way to start learning that skill. Okay.
Hey, Carl.
Yeah.
While we still have time, you mind touching up on Pinterest?
Sure. Okay. Actually, we'll go and do a Pinterest post. Let me just bring it up here.
Because I'm a little confused on Pinterest. Like, I'm trying to understand exactly the viral effect for, like, do I need to have a certain amount of followers, or do I just post the right kind of thing, or like does hashtags count, or all that type of stuff?
Hashtags play a big deal in it too. But basically, what it is selecting the right picture. And I've got a picture here that I'm going to put up that I've never put up before. And it's kind of a funny, goofy picture. I actually bought this picture. It was actually one I had to pay for. Let me see if I can. I love this picture. It's such a goofy looking picture. Here it is. Stack of hammers. Okay, and I'll probably get a lot of people that will share this picture. Okay. Like I spent $10 and bought this picture from I don't know what it was. It was Photo Bucket or something like that, or some kind of photo site. Okay, so let's do. Ever thought you were this dumb? And then I'm just going to put my link in here, okay? Okay, so I've got my link in there. Just ever thought you were this dumb? Well, I really wasn't when I tried this, right? And then now I'm going to post to Facebook and I'm going to post to Twitter at the same time. So I'm going to pin that out. Now,
Can you do a screen share?
oh, didn't I do a screen share?
No.
Oh, crap. I thought it was screen sharing. Oh, that sucked. I thought it was screen sharing. Okay.
There we go.
Okay.
There,
Let me just go. I got to go back into where I post that. We'll work with Carl. And I'm actually, and the beautiful thing is when you have these things, I'm going to make this my cover page. Okay. So I'm going to go in. I'm just going to show you the post I made. Okay. So here's the post. Okay. I just put this post in. I got, ever thought you were this dumb? Well, I really wanted to try this, and I got my link in here, and it didn't hyperlink. Why didn't it do that? Crap. It didn't hyperlink. I screwed that up. Okay. But anyways, that's what it is. Now, I've just changed this now. This is like my cover page for work with Carl. Okay. I don't know if that's really a good one to have in there, but whatever. You know. But see, these are just the different ones I have in here. Go ahead. Do we have somebody new on? Okay, so did everybody see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So basically now what has happened is I pinned this to Twitter and I pinned this to Facebook. So now I'm going to go to my Facebook, to my timeline, and I should see my post on here someplace. I don't know, I get so many posts on here. Let me just see. Maybe it hasn't come on here yet. Hang on. Let me go to my wall first. Oh, that sucks. That didn't work. I might have to do it over again. Oh no, there it is. Pin from Pinterest. See, something went wrong. Oh, there it is. The picture. See, you can see the picture there. That's what just came. And the hyperlink is live here. It's just for some reason on Pinterest it doesn't. Okay, so that's my post. It should be on my wall someplace. I'm just not sure where. I have so many posts that came across there. It just I didn't go back there fast enough. Okay, I don't know. Anyways, it's there. And then if I went to my Twitter account, I'd find it on my Twitter account as well. Okay, and that's why sometimes a lot of times if I want to do a post and I want to hit multiple places like Facebook and Twitter at the same time, I'll go to Pinterest and I'll do that. Okay, it just allows me to hit three of them all at one time, so I don't have to worry about going into each one individually. And basically what you want to do is you want to put pictures up that people are going to want to look at, okay? Because if you go here to the main page of Pinterest, okay, and everybody who's attached to you will also get this, by the way, okay? But right now, see, I'm on the main page of Pinterest. This was the latest post, so it's there. I made the front page there. People see this, they'll start sharing or repinning this to their accounts. And sometimes what happens is when they repin it, they'll also pin it to their Facebook account or their Twitter account. And that's where the viral effect comes out from Pinterest. Okay? Make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's always good to have that. And as you can see, you know, here's my picture that's on the front here, and I'm with dresses and flowers and all that kind of stuff. And then, you know, I'm right in the top corner now of this thing here. Now that'll last for a while, and then someone else will print it, and it'll be gone. Like if I do a refresh, I'm not sure if it'll be gone now, but no, see, I'm still there. So I'm pretty lucky. A lot of times, you know, you'll do posts, and they'll last 5, 10, 15 minutes. We'll see how long this lasts. Maybe I'll go back and check it a little bit later. But, you know, I'm actually in the process of putting together a daily action plan page that's going to show people what to do. You know, go and run their FBG Assistant software, run their Backpage Assistant, that kind of stuff. Then go to LinkedIn, go to here, do these posts, go to here, run a solo ad, that kind of stuff.
Oh, that's good. That's what we need. We need something like that, Carl.
You need to have a daily action plan. Everybody needs to have it. It's just like if you have a job. When you get to work and you go and you sit in your cubicle, your boss has already given you a list of things that you have to do for that day. You got 8 hours to get all this stuff done. Okay? I'm going to put together a list of things that you need to get done on a daily basis. It won't take 8 hours. It'll take maybe 1 to 2 hours at most. But you need to do it, and you need to be consistent, just as if you were going to your regular job.
Yes.
You want to make a lot of money? Well, this is what you got to do. Either that or go get a job and work the 40 hours a week, settle for what they're going to pay you, whatever that may be, between $100 and $200 a day, right, or less, right? But that's what you're going to do. Plus, you've got the 1 or 2 hour commute both ways, either by bus or by car or whatever it is to go to your work. Okay? I can put a plan together, a daily action plan, like I've always done for all my business and all the people in my business. I put it together, and it's something that you run first thing in the morning. Okay? Your first hour or hour and a half, 2 hours, and then the day is yours. Okay? Because once that's done, it's time for you now. Then you can go out and do whatever the heck you want to do. Come back in a few hours and look for the replies back, okay? Because you're going to get friend requests, you're going to get people texting you wanting more information, all that kind of stuff, and you've got to respond to them. So this is a job, okay? It's your job, it's your company, it's your lifestyle. You know, you live it how you want to live it, I live mine on my terms. So I go out and I do what I need to do every day, and then the rest of the day, hell, I'll spend 2 hours playing my PS3 because I'm a gamer and I like to play games. I'm 51. I've got a 51-year-old body with an 18-year-old attitude inside of it. Okay, that's just how it is. I like to play games, right? And you know, it's funny because I get a lot of people that bug me about that, saying, "Oh, Carl, you spend all your time playing games. You should be making money." Well, I got news for you. I am making money, and I play games. So, you know, I was at home watching a movie the other night with my wife, and I made money. Are you telling me I can't? I got to give up TV. I got to give up all that. You know what? Here's what I say to anybody out there that says anything about that. The reason that we're doing what we're doing today is to live life on our terms.
Yes.
To do what we want to do when we want to do it without anybody telling us what we do or can't do. There are too many marketers out there telling you that you're wasting your time watching TV, you're wasting your time playing games, you're wasting your time going out to the family park with your kids. Stay at home and make some money. Give me a break. Give me a break. That's why I'm doing this. I'm here to help you guys get everything done in an hour or two a day so you can go and enjoy the stuff that you want to do. You want to go fishing. You want to go biking. You want to do whatever the heck you do. That's what this is all about.
Yeah, and we need the
That's what they call time freedom.
And right, we need the focus to do the right thing for those 2 hours so that we can do it. And it's all about focus. And you know, your action plan can help us to put that focus where it does the best good.
You know, there's some people out there that that's all they want to do. They want to sit at their computer all day, and they want to text with people and try and sell people all day long. That's not my bag, guys. You know what? I want to go out and I want to communicate with people. I want to work a couple hours a day. I want to make a lot of money, and I still want to have fun.
Yeah.
There's no fun sitting here. If I wanted to sit at my computer all day, I'd go and work for somebody else and sit in a cubicle for 8 or 10 hours. That's not what I want to do. You know, I'm at my computer here where, you know, we're a little bit past the hour of this hangout, but you know what? We sit here and we're having a great discussion here. I'm going to go out and I'm going to probably run a couple more ads, and I'm done for the day. I'm packing her in. You know, it's 2 o'clock here in the afternoon. I'm working way past my time. I should be having a lot more fun time now, just like everybody else here. You guys are all going to get off here. You're going to do a couple of things, and then you're going to go and do what the whole idea of what you want to do in your life. You got to live it.
Yeah.
You're not going to live your life sitting in front of a computer or anything like that. I do it a lot, probably too much, but you know, I also live my life too. I also tell my wife, you know what, we got to get out of here. Let's go for a drive someplace. Let's go walk the mall. Let's go whatever it is. Let's just go do something. You know, fishing season's here. I'm telling you right now, you're not going to see me around much because when it's time to go fishing, I'm gone. I may have my laptop with me and I'll text you guys from the lake or something, but you know, that's what this life is all about. This is what we're trying to do. Make a lot of money because you can make more money on the internet than you'll ever make working for somebody else. I can guarantee you that. Okay? You just got to put in the time. Put that time in, do your advertising every morning, and then throughout the day just casually check it. If you got a smartphone or an iPad or a laptop or whatever, if you're out someplace, take it along with you and just check it occasionally. Don't stop living. That's all I can say. Don't stop living. How do you guys feel about that?
Sounds good, Carl.
It's spot on. It's exactly what we want. It's what everybody wants, surely. That's why, or else you wouldn't be doing it.
Exactly. You know, Jonathan and Damien, you guys are young guys, okay? You're not like old boots like Tom and I, right? So, you know, you guys are still, but we're not that old. Just remember that. But I mean, you guys, you know, what are you guys in your 20s?
I'm 25.
20s? Okay. So, you know, Tom and I have both been there. We know what that lifestyle's like.
Right.
You know, the clubbing and all that kind of stuff. You want to enjoy your life, but you don't want to be anchored down. Okay? The problem with people today is they're anchored. They're not making enough money coming in, so they're not able to enjoy a lot of the things. I mean, let's be honest. in this room here, I'm sure each and every one of us has had to stay home on a Friday or Saturday night because, you know what, just wasn't enough cash left in the month to go and do something. Okay?
Yeah,
How many times you guys had to settle for having friggin' homemade popcorn in front of the TV watching a movie that you already seen 14 times, right? Because there's nothing else on to watch, right? Couldn't afford to go to a new movie, couldn't afford to go out to the bar or anything like that. So you're sitting at home and you're settling for that. I've done it many times. I'm not scared to admit that. I've been marketing for 30 years, but I've not been successful all those 30 years. A lot of it was a learning stage. About the first 20 or so years, actually. I've only made most of my money in the last 5 to 6 years in this industry, to a point where I'm making some pretty decent money. But to a point where I can go and do what I want when I want. If I want to go on a vacation, if I want to go and buy something, I don't have to worry about how to replace that money at the end of the day or tomorrow, right? That's where you want to be in your life. You want to make that much money. I don't know how much that is for anybody, okay? It could be $10,000 a month, $5,000 a month, $20,000 a month. I have no idea, right? What it is. I don't know what your living culture is, right? If I was your age, it'd probably be like $500-600 a weekend, like I used to do. But you know what I mean? I don't know what it is now because I'm an old guy. We don't go to the bars anymore. We have all our cronies come over and we drink beer at home.
Well, we do other things, with other things that cost money.
Yeah, poker night, whatever. That's what you do when you get older. But I like to vacation just like anybody else does. So in order to go and do that, you got to be making enough money to go and do that. The average vacation now, what, $3,000 to $5,000 maybe for 10 days? Sound about right? So the average working person has to save for 3 years to do that. They can't go on a vacation that costs $2,000 to $3,000 or $3,000 to $5,000 every year. They've got to work for 2 to 3 years to accumulate that money to allow them to go on that vacation. When I had 3 kids and growing up, and at one point in my life, I was working 2 jobs 7 days a week, and I did that for 7 years straight. Okay? And it took me 5 years doing that before I could afford to go on a really good vacation. It cost me $10,000, and I went on that vacation, right? And then I had to work my butt off again for another 4 years so I could afford to get a down payment to buy my house. Okay? And most people will spend most of their life to get their first down payment on their house. And they're damn near the end of their freaking life. In their 30s or 40s when they go and buy their first house. Because it's, I don't know what it is in the States there, but up in Canada, the average house is about $380,000 to $800,000. That's what the average house is up here. Okay? Maybe a little bit more. If you want a decent place, a decent house with a decent yard, you're looking at $700,000 to $1.2 million. Okay? And I don't even live in a big city. Never mind places like Toronto, Ontario, or Vancouver, Canada, stuff like that. You're looking at $1 to $3 million for a house like that. Okay? They're not cheap here. So if you want to have an affordable house around $200,000 to $300,000, you got to be out in the boonies someplace, away from most amenities and stuff. So again, that's a lot of money. You're looking at someone who has to have a combined salary of about $60,000 to $80,000 a year, either a single person or a couple, whatever. That's their combined income to buy a house, $60,000 to $80,000 a year. You know what that equates to? $300 to $400 a day in income, a day, in order to buy a house to qualify. Okay, that's what you have to be making.
That's insane.
It is. Well, you think about this, to make about $48,000 a year, you're looking, I think it's $166 or $172 a day. That's what you have to make in order to have that salary. So now you have to have 2 people making that salary in order to qualify to buy a house. Now, you go out and you hustle and you do what you need to do in BMID or any of your other businesses you're in, whatever it is you're in, You follow the same organized daily action plan of doing your social media and your solo ads and classifieds and whatever else you want to do. You spend that 1 to 2 hours a day, and you do that, and making $100, $200, $300 a day is not going to be that tough.
Yeah.
You know, I've been in BMID now. I'm going on my 4th week with them, almost a month in there, and I've had 3 $300 days. Okay, many $100 days and a couple of $200 days. It's there. It can happen. $100 a day is $3,000 a month. That's $36,000 a year. Okay? $200 a day, you're doubling that up now to $72,000. $300, now you're getting to a decent amount. You're looking at $90,000 a year. Okay? $300 a day. So even if you don't hit the $300 a day, imagine hitting 1 or 2 of those a week. You know, $100 a day here, then maybe you have a couple of $200 or $300 a day. As long as you equate yourself to anywhere from 7 to 10 sales a week, you're going to be into a very, very decent income. 60 to 80,000 a year. And that's not a bad salary. A lot of people come online and they go, I want to make 100,000 a year, I want to make 150,000 a year. And these are the guys that have been making $20,000, $30,000 a year, and now all of a sudden they want to make 5 times what they're doing. It's possible, but not when they sit there and they close their arms and go, oh, I think I'm just going to check this out and see what happens for 30 days, and if I make some money, then fine. If not, then I'm going to join something else that will make me money. And these are the same people that go from one program to another program to another program to another program.
The hype train.
Yep. You see it all the time, right?
Pre-launches.
Well, you know, sometimes, you know, pre-launches can be good too, but the thing is about pre-launches is if you're going to get involved in a pre-launch, you have to make sure you make that as one of your lower priorities, okay? Because a pre-launch is not going to make you all your money, okay? Because you don't know if by the time it comes to launch time whether it's actually going to go or not. Mm-hmm. So you don't put all your eggs in that basket. You make sure that you have eggs, because I'm in a pre-launch right now, but they're not launching until August. I don't even know if they're going to make it that long. So I don't put a lot of my effort into that one. That just sits there in the background, okay? The ones that I put my focus on are the ones that are actually making me money, like BMID, making me money pretty regularly. You know, my other program, I'm not going to tell you what they are, I don't want to put that on here, but I have another program that also makes me money, okay? And I'm getting paid regular. And that's what you have to worry about. You worry about what's paying you, not what's not paying you. There's nothing wrong with pre-launches. If you want to bring them on, put them on, but make them not the last thing that you do, okay? You
the thing I was trying to say,
making money first.
Carl, the thing I was trying to say is, you know, people always go into pre-launches and all that stuff. It's like, oh, well, this is the next greatest thing. But, you know, on your previous one, you haven't made any money there, but you think you're going to make something in that one. But, yeah, if you weren't consistent in that one to where you saw anything, how do you think you're just going to see something in this one? And if you're going to follow the same routine that you did in the other one, which was pretty much, you know,
this goes back to what I was talking about branding yourself. You know, here's an example. I was talking to a lady the other day who said to me, you know, she was in one of my programs that I was in, and she quit in less than 30 days. She quit. She said, I can't do this. Can't do this. And I quit. Okay, no problem. And then a week or so afterwards, she goes, oh, you got to join this program. It's the next best thing. And I said to her, I says, okay, first of all, I'm in a program where I know money is being made, okay? I'm making the money there. Many others are making the money there. You quit. Now you want me to come and join you in this program. Where's your credibility? How do I know that if I join you today, you're not quitting on me tomorrow?
Exactly.
Okay? If you want to gain my respect in a business and you want me to work with you, prove to me that you actually want to make it work for you.
Right.
And once you do that, then I'm going to look at you a little bit differently. But see, this is where first impressions come into play. The first impression I got from this person was they're not motivated. They quit in less than 30 days. in most businesses, you won't even see results. In most businesses, you won't even see results in your first 30 days. It could take up to 90 days for you to build that bit of foundation to build a business. I know that. I've been there doing this for many years. And there's been many businesses that it took me 6 months before I actually started making money. And then I started making big money because my foundation was built. People today, you know why they quit within 30 days? Because they come from a job where they're used to getting a paycheck every 2 weeks. If they don't get that paycheck, they're going to say, this is a scam. This don't work. You can't make money here. Well, in our business, you actually have to work. There are people who go to work every single day. I know because I've worked with a lot of them. I was even guilty of it. Go to work every day. You get paid a salary, so much a month. I could go to work and work for a couple of hours, and the rest of the time I'm slacking off in the cafeteria, outside having a cigarette, whatever, right? We just don't. We're human beings, man. We're like the laziest things on planet Earth, let me tell you. And we're the most demanding, right? You know, if we actually looked at ourselves like wildlife, we'd have a much more successful life. You know, you think about lions, or you think about wolves, or anything that's out there. They have to eat every single day, and they work their butts off to catch that rabbit, to catch that snake, whatever it is, to feed. They will go all day and all night till they find something to eat, because that's their motivation. We have the same motivation here. If you're about to lose your house, if you're about to get your car repossessed, if you're about to get kicked out because you haven't paid your rent, you got some serious motivation there. No one's going to sit there and hand you a frigging golden ticket. You got to work for it. And that's what entrepreneurs are. We're just like wildlife. We will do whatever it takes to get the job done. I don't know about any of you guys, and I'm sure you guys on the panel here, because I know you guys, but anybody listening here, if you think that you can come in and join any program, I don't care whether it's BMID or anything else that you're out there, if you think you can come in, put your money down, set up your software, and just run it and just expect it to do all the work for you, I have some news for you. Okay? You're going to be very disappointed. Because consistency is what's going to keep you and make you money. You got to be consistent every day. I know people that I have actually sold the BMID system to and everything else. I know for a fact they work this business once or twice a week. And then they come back and ask me why I'm not making any money. And I'm telling you right now, you have to make a decision in your life. If you're not prepared to do whatever it takes to build a business online, then it's time for you to pack it in and go get a job and be dictated as to how much money you're going to make, because it's the only way you're going to make any money. You have to have the hunger, okay? And I've said this many times. These people on the panel here have the hunger, because every time I talk to them, they're texting me every day saying, okay, I've done this, I've done this, I've done this. What do I do next? And we have conversations every single day. People on this panel here are going to be successful. They're all going to make a lot of money on here. I'm going to make a lot of money because I don't take no for an answer. I don't accept failure. In anything I do, I don't accept it. It's unacceptable to me. Okay? Now, you know, a lot of people will say to me, and I have to make sure, because I know there's going to be some people watching this, well, they're going to say, well, you were with me for 3 months and didn't do anything in my program. Well, I'm not going to get into details, but there were stipulations in your program that wasn't given to me, which caused me to leave. And this has happened in a few programs, and I'm sure there's people out there that had the same thing happen to them. Okay? When you get involved in a program, make sure that everything is kosher. Products are available everywhere. Everything works for everybody. That's a big thing. Okay? But you got to work it. I could stress this for the next 5 hours, and I'll tell you that. You phone me up, and I'm going to tell you. I interview people, and I know a lot of the people on the panel here are doing the same thing too now. you know, that's why I tell people to message me, because I want to know where they're at. When I talk to them, I can hear where they're at. And if I get a lot of people go, but, I say, well, there's no buts. You're either in or you're out. There's no in between. Not in this business. You can't just do a little bit here and then a little bit there. You're either consecutive every day, or you're not going to see results. We have a plan. Every single one of the people on here can tell you the plan works. The group that we're a part of, their plan works. My sponsor in BMID is Billy Brady. He just broke $10,000 in 50 days in this program. I followed what Billy Brady told me to do, and I've made over $1,500 in this program. That's 15 sales. That's pretty cool money, right? So, you know, you follow the plan, it's going to work. You don't follow the plan, you're not going to see results. It's going to piss you off, and in most cases, you're going to quit. Nothing more you can do about it. Anybody else want to add to that?
Yeah, well, I can add that your guidance and following your success is what's going to help us all to succeed and make the money that we're talking about. So yeah, we need to work with you to make it happen.
Anyone else?
I just think it's really, you know, it's really great what you're doing, because and anyone else listening, there's not many people out there like yourself who's going to offer this sort of information to, especially to people like myself who's not been doing this very long. So all this information is vital to somebody like me, and I really appreciate everything you're doing.
Well, I appreciate the kudos, but you know, it's not just me. It's just, you know, believe it or not, you're all contributing to this. Okay, that's why I have you on the panel, because all of you are contributing to it. You don't realize, but you're contributing to this success. And this is why each and every one of you, when you come on here, people are going to be coming here because you're on the panel. They're going to be coming here. You're going to be running your own hangouts soon, and people are going to be coming there to these things because you're showing the leadership. And that's what an entrepreneur does. They show leadership.
Yeah. Plus we're getting the knowledge from you, and we're going to have our own knowledge from what we're doing as well. So good.
Like I say, we all absorb a little bit from each other. I absorb stuff from you. Like I learned a little bit from Damien today about the Facebook thing. I didn't even know I could do that. So that's definitely something I'm going to be tweaking right away, right? So it's all about the knowledge that we share. Don't ever be scared to share your knowledge. There's too many people out there that are so worried about, well, if I tell everybody my secrets, then there won't be secrets anymore. Here's what I have to say. I will share everything I know, every secret I learn and stuff like that, I will share. You know why? Because I know that less than 2% of anybody that I share this with will actually act on anything I give them. I've shown a lot on here today. Some people will watch this, some people won't watch this, or they will watch it and won't do anything with it. And we gave a lot of golden nuggets on here today. So, you know, this is the difference between an entrepreneur and somebody who is just has their mental emotions and that set in an employee type of mindset. Okay? Once you break that, you're unstoppable. I'm telling you. I made a post on that today. You know, ability, motivation, you know, if you got the ability, you can do it. If you got the motivation, you can do it. You just got to do it. You know, had some people even say to me today, well, you know, I've been in so many programs and stuff, and nothing's ever worked. And it's like, you know what? Nothing will ever work if you don't put the effort in. And that's, unfortunately, it's like a broken record. You know, I'm not going to go on any more about it because I've just been doing that for the last 15 minutes, but that's what it is. So, you know, we've been on this thing for an hour and a half. I'm pretty sure that you guys are falling asleep, and everybody else is probably falling asleep too. And you know, and you know, unless you want to be all woken up again, I'll get Tom to put his Speedo picture up. And
yeah, I'm hiding that picture. Oh, man.
Okay, guys, any last thoughts before we close out?
No, I think that's all good.
Thank you for everything you're doing, Carl. And going forward, this is going to work for all of us and all those people who are still with us on this call.
There you go. Okay, well, with that said, thanks, everyone. We're going to be back here Wednesday at 3 p.m., and, of course, panel members will be here if they can be here, and if not, maybe we'll have some new faces on the panel. So with that said, I want to wish you guys all a great day and a great week ahead. Thanks again, everybody. Talk to you soon.
Thanks, Carl.
Right.
Later.